All righty, welcome back. So this is going to be our next video. You've done the properties of algebra, properties of equality, and you've practiced those and are feeling pretty comfortable. What we're going to do is apply that to algebraic proofs. So I'm going to give a quick demonstration of what a proof is, and then we're going to do some practices. You may need to pause a few times during this video to make sure that you're understanding and rewind. So here we go. We are on page 2. We have algebraic proofs, set 1. And right up here at the top, we just have some notes. So what is a proof exactly? And we're specifically going to talk about 2-column proofs. So in a 2-column proof, it's just a way to organize a proof. We say that the statements or steps are listed on the left side. That's going to be this side. See, I have it labeled as statements. The reasons justifying each statement are listed on the right side. Now, what is allowed to be used as reasons? We have those properties we just looked at in the last video. We have definitions. So like you've already learned, definitions of a bisector, things like that. We have postulates, which you've learned the segment addition and the angle addition postulate. And we have theorems. That's going to be things like the vertical angle theorem, where vertical angles are congruent. So we're not going to apply those quite yet. We're going to start with some algebra that you've been used to and see how does that apply to proofs. So again, we have statements on one side. It's going to be these. We have reasons on the other side. And so here we always have a given, and we have what we are asked to prove. So I typically write my given on the very first line, and my reason for that is that it's given. Okay, and then my goal is to make the very last line to be what I've proven, but I have to do that in a logical step, logical statements, and give a reason for each. So when I do this math problem, I have 4x minus 1 equals 27. The question, just like what you did last time, is what do I do between this step and this step? And in this case, I added 1 to both sides. So that means I used the addition property. Now on my next step, I think about what do I do to go from this step, 4x equals 28, to x equals 7? Well, if I'm doing this math, I've divided by 7 over here, and I've divided by 7 over here. That means that I used the division property. So we're going to do another one. I'm going to scroll down here. Okay, and we're going to do this one together. So again, I need statements, I need reasons, and I always start with my given. Okay, so a divided by -6 plus 2 equals 5. That's my given. Now, what did I do to get from this step to this set? Well, it looks like I subtracted 2 on both sides. That gets rid of it over here. And 5 minus 2 is 3. Since I used subtraction, that is my reason. Okay, next step. What did I do to get from this to this? It looks to me like I multiplied by -6 on both sides. So this cancels the 6 out, and 3 times -6 is -18. That means that I used the division property. So that's what I'm going to write down there. And you notice that each time I got to what I was trying to prove. I was trying to prove x equals 7. Here I was trying to prove that a equals -18. Now I think I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to let you guys free to try some practice ones. So here we go. We've got this one is what we're trying to solve, and we have prove that x equals -2. So this statement is going to be my given because that's what they gave me. And what did I do to get from this step to this step? It looks like I did distributing. Okay, so I'm going to write distribution property or distributive property. I don't actually care how you write it. Distributive, I'll write both because I don't care how you write it. Okay, now what did we do to get to this? It looks to me like we subtracted 27. And so we used the subtraction property. Alrighty, and now on our final step, it looks like I divided by -18 on both sides. That means that I used the division property. So each of these, think about what it is that you're actually doing between the steps. Don't just look, because the biggest mistake I see is that somebody sees a plus sign here, so they say that it's addition. Okay, so pay attention to what step are you actually doing when you do your algebra. When you go to this next step, you've got a couple of them that are must do, and they have their statements written out. I have one more that I would like you to try as a must do that does not have statements. So you're going to pick the order of your algebra, and then I recommend that you try these other ones, but they are not required. Once you get here, there will be a new video, right? If you have questions, please ask me. Please ask your classroom supporter. We are here to help, and we are also here to check your answers and see if we can help you get into the right direction if you're confused. Have a great day.